My name is Cairo. I'm 32 years old. For 7 years, I thought I knew what love looked like. Seraphine was my wife, my partner, my best friend. We met in college during a rainstorm. She forgot her umbrella. I shared mine. That's how it started. We got married at 25. Small ceremony. Her smile was everything. She worked in corporate communications. Big firm, big office, big salary. I worked as a graphic designer. Freelance, home office. Flexible hours. Our life felt balanced. She'd come home late. I'd have dinner ready. She'd laugh at my jokes. I'd listen to her work stories. We had routines. Coffee at 7 a.m., Netflix on Fridays, Sunday walks in the park. I thought we were solid. But looking back now, I see the cracks. Small things. She started locking her phone. Password changed twice in 3 months. She laughed less at dinner. Checked her screen more. Work stress, she'd say. I believed her. One night, she came home at midnight. Lipstick smudged. Hair messy. Client dinner, she said. I nodded. I wanted to trust her. I needed to trust her. Because without trust, what did we have? But then, small things started to change. Her perfume smelled different. Expensive. Not the one I bought her. She started going to the gym 4 times a week. She never went before. New clothes, tight dresses, high heels I'd never seen. I'm just taking care of myself, she said. I smiled, supported her. But inside, something felt wrong. I ignored it. I pushed it down. Because I loved her, and love means trust, right? It started with a text. I was using her laptop. Mine was charging. A notification popped up. Can't wait to see you tonight. Same hotel? The name. Marcus. I froze. My chest tightened. I opened the message thread. 6 months of messages. Photos, plans, secrets. Everything I thought we had was a lie. I sat there, staring at the screen. My hands shook. I couldn't breathe. She was cheating for 6 months with Marcus, her work colleague, the guy she mentioned once or twice, casual. Nothing important, but he was everything. Late nights? With him. Client dinners? With him. Gym sessions? Meeting him after? I scrolled through every message. They talked about me, laughed about me. He doesn't even notice, she wrote. You're so much more exciting than him, Marcus replied. I felt sick. I wanted to scream, cry, break something. But I didn't. I closed the laptop. I sat in silence. For 2 hours, I just sat there. When Seraphine came home, she was smiling. Hey, babe, how was your day? I looked at her. She looked beautiful, glowing. Because of him. It was fine, I said. She kissed my forehead, went to shower. I wanted to confront her right then, but something stopped me. A voice inside me said, wait. So I waited. I started watching, noticing, collecting evidence. I checked her laptop again, took screenshots. I tracked her location. She didn't know I had access to her cloud. Every lie became clear. She told me she was at a work conference. She was at a beach resort, with him. She said she was visiting her mom. She was at his apartment. She built an entire second life. And I was just the fool at home. One night, I asked her directly, are you happy with me? She looked surprised. Of course I am. Why would you ask that? I stared into her eyes. She didn't even flinch. She lied so easily. I realized something then. She didn't love me anymore. Maybe she never did. I was just convenient, a safe home, a backup plan. While she lived her real life with Marcus, the breaking point came 3 weeks later. I came home early from a client meeting. She was on a video call. I heard her voice from the bedroom. I'll leave him soon. I promise. Just give me time. Marcus's voice. I love you, Seraphine. Her reply. I love you too. I stood outside the door, silent. That's when I realized I was broken. But they made one mistake. They thought I was broken. I didn't cry that night. I didn't yell. I got cold, calculated, strategic. If she wanted to destroy me, fine, but I wasn't going down alone. I started planning. First, I copied everything, every message, every photo, every hotel receipt. I created a secure folder, backed it up 3 times, then I hired a lawyer. Quietly, I explained everything, showed the evidence. He smiled. This is airtight. You'll get everything. But I wasn't after money. I wanted justice. I wanted her to feel what I felt. Betrayal, humiliation, loss. So I dug deeper. I researched Marcus. Turns out he was married too. 3 kids. A wife named Clara. She had no idea. I found Clara on social media. She posted family photos, smiling, happy. Just like I used to be. I felt bad for her, but she deserved to know. So I sent her an anonymous email, attached screenshots, proof, everything. I didn't sign it, just wrote, I'm sorry, but you need to see this. 2 days later, Marcus's wife confronted him. He denied it. She didn't believe him. She called Seraphine. Seraphine panicked. I watched it all unfold from the sidelines. She came home that night, pale, shaking. Marcus's wife called me. She's accusing me of things. I looked at her, calm. What things? She thinks we're having an affair. Are you? Silence. She looked away. No, of course not. It's insane. I nodded. Okay, I believe you. She relaxed. But I wasn't done yet. The next step was her company. Seraphine worked at a firm with strict ethics policies. No workplace relationships, no affairs with colleagues, especially not with someone in her department. Marcus was her direct supervisor. If HR found out, both of them would be fired. So I made an anonymous report, attached evidence, emails, messages, photos from company events. I sent it to 3 people, HR, the CEO, and the board. Then I waited. It took 1 week. Seraphine got called into a meeting. She came home that night, crying. They're investigating me. Someone reported me and Marcus. I held her. It'll be okay, I said. But I knew it wouldn't. The investigation took 2 weeks. They found everything, messages sent on company devices, meetings during work hours, expense reports for hotels, lunches, gifts, all paid with company money. Seraphine and Marcus were fired. Immediately. No severance, no references. Her career, the thing she chose over me, was gone. And Marcus? His wife filed for divorce, he lost his job, his family, his reputation. I watched it all happen. From the outside, I was the supportive husband. I'm so sorry, babe. We'll get through this. But inside, I felt nothing. Just cold satisfaction. She destroyed my heart. I destroyed her career. Fair trade. But what came next changed me forever. One night, Seraphine was drinking wine. A lot of it. She looked broken. I don't know what happened, she said. Someone leaked everything. Maybe it was Marcus's wife, I suggested. She shook her head. No, Clara didn't have access to company files. Silence, then she looked at me. You've been so good to me through all of this. I smiled. I love you. She started crying. I don't deserve you. I agreed. Suddenly, on a week later, she sent me an email. Subject? I'm sorry. I opened it. It was a divorce request. No phone call, no conversation, just an email. 7 years of marriage, ended in 3 paragraphs. She wrote, I can't do this anymore. I need space. I need to figure out who I am. Please don't fight this. Let me go. I read it 3 times. Then I laughed. Not because it was funny, because it was perfect. She thought she was leaving me, but I already left her months ago. I replied to her email. 1 sentence. Okay, I'll sign the papers. She seemed relieved. Within a month, she moved out, took her clothes, her books, her photos, left everything we built together. I didn't stop her. I watched her pack, silent. She didn't look at me once. The apartment felt empty after she left, but not sad, just quiet. For the first time in months, I could breathe. I signed the divorce papers 2 weeks later. No drama, no fighting. Clean split. She didn't ask for anything. I didn't offer. We were done. But the story wasn't over. A month after the divorce, I got a call. Unknown number. Is this Cairo? Yes, Night. This is Clara, Marcus's wife. My heart stopped. I wanted to thank you, she said. I stayed silent. I know it was you, the anonymous email, the reports. I didn't confirm or deny. You saved me, she continued. I was living a lie. You gave me the truth. Her voice cracked. Thank you. She hung up. I sat there, staring at my phone. I didn't expect that. I thought revenge would feel satisfying, and it did. At first. But now, I just felt empty. I destroyed Seraphine's career. I exposed Marcus. I got justice. But I also lost 7 years of my life. 7 years I can't get back. I started therapy. My therapist asked me, "Do you regret what you did?" I thought about it. No, I said, but I regret who I became. Because revenge changes you. It hardens you. You stop feeling, stop trusting, you become cold. And I didn't want to be cold forever. So I worked on myself. I started painting again. Something I loved before Seraphine. I reconnected with old friends, people I ignored during my marriage. I traveled. Own. Italy. Japan. Morocco. I learned who I was without her. And slowly, I started healing. But then, 6 months after the divorce, something unexpected happened. I got a message from Seraphine. Can we talk? I stared at the screen. Part of me wanted to ignore it, but curiosity won. Sure. We met at a cafe, neutral ground. She looked different, thinner, tired, no makeup, simple clothes. She wasn't the Seraphine I knew. Thank you for meeting me, she said. I nodded. I need to say this, she continued. I'm sorry. I said nothing. I ruined everything. I know that now. She looked down at her coffee. Marcus left me, obviously. His wife took everything. I listened. I lost my job, my reputation, my friends. Tears filled her eyes. I lost you, Valenzuela. I thought I wanted something different, someone exciting, a new life. She wiped her eyes. But I was wrong. I was selfish and stupid. She looked at me. I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't deserve it. I took a breath. You're right. You don't. She nodded. But I need you to know something, I said. She looked up. I knew, for months. Her face went pale. What? I knew about Marcus, the messages, the hotels, everything. She covered her mouth. I watched you lie to me every single day. Her hands shook, and I stayed silent because I wanted to see how far you'd go. She started crying. I'm so sorry. I stood up. I didn't come here for an apology. I came here for closure. I looked at her one last time. You made your choice. Now live with it. I left. I didn't look back. And that's when I realized this story wasn't about them anymore. It was about me, about rebuilding, about choosing myself. Seraphine chose betrayal. Marcus chose lies. I chose healing. And that made all the difference. A year later, I'm in a better place. I moved to a new city, started fresh. I have a new job, new friends, new routines. I even started dating again. Slowly, carefully. I'm not ready to trust completely, but I'm learning. Because betrayal doesn't define you. How you respond does. Seraphine is still out there somewhere, jobless, alone, broken. I don't know what happened to Marcus. And honestly, I don't care. They made their choices. I made mine. Sometimes I think about what could have been. If she had been honest, if she had loved me. But then I remember, she didn't choose me, and that's okay. Because I choose me now. The final piece of this story came last month. I was cleaning out old files on my laptop, and I found something, a video file. Dated 2 years ago, I didn't remember recording it. I opened it. It was Seraphine, sitting on our couch, smiling at the camera. Hey babe, she said. I'm recording this because I want you to know. She paused. I want you to know that I love you. Truly. My chest tightened. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. She laughed. I know I'm not perfect. I get stressed. I get distant sometimes. But I need you to know you're my home. Tears filled her eyes. No matter what happens, I'll always choose you. The video ended. I sat there, frozen. She recorded that 2 years ago. Before Marcus, before the affair, before everything fell apart. She meant it. Back then. But something changed. Life got complicated. Work got stressful. Temptation crept in, and she made a choice, the wrong one. Watching that video didn't make me sad. It made me realize something important. People change, love changes. And sometimes the person you marry isn't the person they become. That's not your fault. You can't control someone else's choices. You can only control your response. I chose revenge, and I don't regret it. Because it gave me closure. It gave me justice. But more importantly, it gave me power. The power to move on. The power to rebuild. The power to love again. Not Seraphine, but myself. I deleted the video, not out of anger, but out of peace. Because I didn't need to hold on to who she was. I needed to embrace who I am now. Stronger, wiser, free. Betrayal broke me, but it also rebuilt me. Into someone better. Someone who knows his worth. Someone who won't settle for lies. I don't hate Seraphine anymore. I don't think about her often. She's just a chapter in my story, a painful one. But not the ending. The ending is mine to write. And I'm writing it with hope. With growth. With self-love, because that's what revenge really is, not destruction, but transformation. I destroyed the version of me that accepted betrayal, and I built a version that demands respect. That's the real victory, not her losing her job, not Marcus losing his family, but me finding myself. Last week, I went back to that cafe where we first met, the one where I shared my umbrella. It was raining again. I sat by the window, drinking coffee. A woman walked in, soaked, no umbrella. She looked at me, smiled nervously. "Do you have an extra seat?" I nodded. She sat down. We talked, laughed, connected. Nothing serious, just human and connection. But it felt good. It felt like a new beginning. I don't know where this story goes next, but I know one thing. I'm ready. Ready to trust again. Ready to love again, ready to live again. Because betrayal doesn't get to win. I do. 7 years of marriage. Ended in an email. But what she forgot to delete, it ended her career. And gave me my life back. If you've ever been betrayed, I want you to know this. It's not your fault. You didn't deserve it. And you will survive it. Betrayal feels like the end, but it's actually the beginning. The beginning of knowing your worth. The beginning of demanding better. The beginning of healing. It won't happen overnight. Some days you'll feel angry. Some days you'll feel sad. But one day you'll wake up and realize you're free. Free from the lies. Free from the pain. Free to be yourself again. And that's the sweetest revenge of all. I'm Cairo, and I survived betrayal. Not by staying broken, but by rebuilding stronger. If this story resonated with you, leave a comment. Tell me your story. I read every single one. If you've been through something similar, you're not alone. We're all healing together. Hit the like button if you made it this far. Subscribe if you want to hear more real stories like this. Stories about love, loss, revenge, and redemption, because life isn't perfect. But our ability to rise, that's what makes us human. Thanks for listening, and remember, betrayal broke me. But it also rebuilt me, and if it happened to you, it can rebuild you too. Stay strong, stay true, and never let anyone dim your light.